Three, two, hold on.
Ahoy Rum Explorers, I'm Nia. I'm a rum enthusiast, and help me close out Women's History Month with the world-renowned Isabel Rosal. She is the CEO of Seven Sky, founder of the Tampa Bay Rum Society, and a mom and my personal friend, and the very first master sommelier from the Royal Rum Society. Welcome, Isabel. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited. So, walk us through your incredible history.
Oh man. So, where do I start? So, I'll start with me being an entrepreneur. I started as early as like 12. Literally, I asked my mom to buy me a whole snack, like a bag of snacks, and I sold it in a skateboard. And the rest was history. Literally, high school, college, I've been doing like little things on the side. And then
Yeah.
when we moved here in I started working in PwC, and then 2018, the first business here in Tampa, which was a tea shop. And then from there,
Okay.
I never really went back working. Now, I grew up in a sugarcane farm. That's my upbringing. Lo and no, 30 years after, I'll be back in the industry. So, and it started because I was back working at an IT company 2018, and then my mom called me literally and said, "Hey, we're finally doing, our own rum brand in the distillery." And that distillery is older than me, and my mom's been a chemist in there. In fact, that's where my parents actually met. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it's been around for decades, but they never had their own rum brand, and that's
So
just how,
wait, your mom's name is Chuchi, or is
yes,
that
that's
her nickname?
that's her nickname, Chuchi. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
But yeah, that is she. I mean, another woman, in the distillery industry in rum, another woman in rum is my mom. So I
That's
guess
awesome.
it's in it. It's in the genes. If that makes
I
sense.
know. In the gene pool.
Yes, that's it. That's just how it started. That one phone call. That one phone call.
So, can you explain to us what Seven Sky actually does? Because I know you're trying to empower local Tampa Bay companies. Is that
Yes,
correct?
correct. So Seven Sky is a registered licensed Florida beer, wine, and spirits importer and exporter.
Okay.
So pretty much, I'm honestly, I'm not trying to be, the Southern Glazers out there. I'm not trying to be an RNDC, and I'm putting it out there. I'm here to actually help craft distilleries. Especially in the state of Florida. I mean, the distillery industry is about 10 years old. It's pretty young, and
Yeah, that
and
sounds
then
like it.
yeah, and being able to book the bigger distributors, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of resources, if I can say it that way, for them to be able to achieve something. But for example, the exporter side, and that's where I'm really putting a lot of push, is because if you're Florida made, I don't see the reason why you can't make it outside of Florida, heck, outside of the country. And that's
Right.
where my license comes through. And I'm very glad, that we have successfully crossed a few brands and a few products outside of the country already, back up in Toronto in Canada. So we've started that process, but I know it's going to be a long ride, but I'm here and I'm willing to hold hands, with our local distilleries and breweries, even and wineries, because that's where the license comes through. But just a little special love with rum.
So Canada for now, and what's next?
I don't want to, preempt stuff, but the license is everywhere. It's an export license.
That's awesome. That's very exciting.
Sky's the limit. Seven Sky.
So on top of this big company, you also kind of expanded into the home fragrance, which, by the way, thank you so much for giving me that. I'm obsessed. You're going to put, once you blow up, you're going to put all those home fragrances at a business. Can you tell us about that amazing specific product and the very unique quirk about it? Because I absolutely love it.
Yeah, no problem. So with Seven Sky, working with we've been working with a lot of distilleries, and that product actually originated with the formulation with my mom. She actually has the original formula with it with COVID, because you know how distilleries started making their own sanitizers, right?
Yeah,
And I guess it's the entrepreneur in the family, and we're like, hey, listen, we know we can make stuff better than all, right? And that's where
of
that
course.
makes, it's alcohol, food grade. So I say how safe it is versus a regular isopropyl alcohol. And with sugarcane, put it in your face and you'll be fine. But I'm not saying do it, but chemically
Yeah,
it's safer.
that's so interesting. And for me, like you gifted, so just for so everybody knows, we finally met when we went to Barbados. We went with the group of Romeliers, so that's where I met Isabel. And she was so kind. She gave me this container. She's like, "Hey, I want you to try my home fragrance." Honestly, you literally need just one little spray and that thing fixes everything in any room. It's so potent. I
Mhm.
couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I still have it, and it's been like it's gonna be a year in what, October, since we went to
That's
Barbados.
true. That's true. And it's just three ingredients: water, essential oil, and that sugarcane alcohol. That's it. No
I
oil.
know. Amazing, amazing. So we'll put her info down below if you want to get your home fragrance. Incredible. Could you also talk about that product that you, I don't know if you partner with, but you helped kind of promote the ritual, which is the zero alcohol rum?
Correct, correct. So last year, I think it was last year that we started getting into, the rest of where the liquors are, the beverages. Because at the end of the day, I always believe there's a liquor, there's a rum for everybody. That was my whole thing. And I was telling Katya, I was like, listen, everybody, there's always something for everybody. I may not be the tiki person. I'm a very sweet person. I like sweet stuff, but my husband doesn't like it. See what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And at the end of the day, that's how I feel like we should be encouraging our friends to try something, not just rum, even food. There's always something for everybody. And that's how we started, working with these brands, different varieties of liquor alternatives is what they're called. And we've discovered a ritual with their spice rum, and it's just crazy because it tastes like you're actually drinking a spice rum, but it's just made of herbs.
that's
Zero
crazy. I
alcohol.
haven't tried it yet. I've seen it, but haven't. I definitely want to buy it because we do Silver October, and it's definitely helpful to find a replacement.
So it's actually great that you mentioned ritual, because I wish I had it in here. And we actually just started working with Sans. The
Yeah,
company is actually owned by the Netflix guy at Bling Empire, Kevin Kreider. Yeah, we started
that's
working with
amazing.
yeah, we started working with him, and we introduced the bottles at our event March 18 or March 19, I think, with a bodybuilding competition that we did over here in Tampa. And it's 10 calories. A liquor alternative.
So they're doing a liquor alternative as well.
That is it. Yeah, that is an actual liquor alternative. Gosh, I can't talk right now. It's Friday.
It's been a
But
long
yeah,
day. I appreciate it.
being part of the buzz without the booze. That's the tagline.
That's
Yeah.
their slogan.
Yeah, that's the slogan. Be part of the buzz without the booze. So
That's
that is
hilarious.
that's what Seven Sky is all about for us. It's embracing everybody, the diversity, and the kind of market. And you might hear my kids, but yeah, just in case.
Okay, she's also a mom, guys. She's also a mom. She does it all. So I know you recently founded also the Tampa Bay Rum Society. And what is your big push with the Tampa Bay Rum Society? Because I absolutely love it.
Yes, so Tampa Bay Rum Society, we are definitely big on awareness and education. Okay, and Tampa Bay Rum Society came about because you know how we have that relationship with Seven Sky as a trade company. At the end of the day, people still want to learn and know more about the beverage in general, either rum or what have you, but there's always learning. And me as a person, I always believe you learn something every day. I'm very big with education, and that's what Tampa Bay Rum Society is for. No, we are here to push rum awareness. We are here to educate people. In fact, the event that's upcoming on April 27 is actually also giving the local pulse of where the rum industry is in the Tampa Bay area.
Oh,
So
that's amazing. So you said you're doing a dinner, right? So it's going to be dinner and rum?
it's a three-course meal in partnership with the Boozy Pig. So if you guys want to know about the event, just visit tampabayrumsociety.com and hit events, and you'll see details over there. But this is a different event that we've had compared to what we've been doing every quarter.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of tastings and you've been certifying people, which is amazing. I'm going to try to make it up there. I can't promise anything yet, but we're going to try and make it up there. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out because I'll definitely get some badass footage because she hosts incredible events. Speaking of certifying people, if you are in the Tampa area and want to step up your rum game, definitely watch out for those events that she's hosting because you can become a rum sumner, right?
Yes, correct. And we are trying to do at least one certification class per quarter.
That's
So if you
great.
yes, and if you haven't made it, for the past quarter, don't feel bad. It's okay, it's coming. So I would suggest to social media, Tampa Bay Rum Society, or even the Seven Sky Ventures. I mean, we try to post everything around in social media and cross post with with both entities. At the end of the day, awareness is key. So that's
Absolutely. I love it. We've been talking about me potentially also teaching some classes down here because we do feel the need to educate people in South Florida too. So hopefully that'll work out. In the works, people, in the works. We're like
yeah.
crossing our fingers. So I know you've had a ton of interviews, and I obviously wanted you to give the background of your story, but I'm a big proponent of giving people tools and tips and tricks as far as how to become not only more successful, but in my case, I have a huge problem with time management. So, with all the things that you have on your plate, how do you manage that? Because I am baffled about all the things you constantly are doing. How do you time manage? I know you're big into setting boundaries, which I think is so important for
Yes.
you as a leader and as an entrepreneur. So incredible that you brought that up in one of your interviews. I absolutely love that. But what else besides that for time management?
And that's always the question. Interview or not, even regular people that I meet with every day, and most of them, they've seen my kids and they've seen my journey, from 2018 until today. And what I keep telling them is, one, do not, like, don't be scared. I still sleep 6 to 8 hours a day. I still get my sleep because it's still important. If you don't feel good about yourself, you can't think properly. You're gonna start developing, I call it decision fatigue. Like once you hit that morning where you don't even want to think about what you want to eat for dinner, for lunch, and that's still a couple hours down, then you're starting to develop that decision fatigue that I usually tell my husband. Like, sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to even think about what to eat for today or what to do. That means you're already going down. But another tip that I know works apart from the boundaries is setting expectation, not just to yourself but also to your clients, or to even with your work. Because at the end of the day, with me knowing that I just want this, I call it, it. Let's be real. We know
Yeah.
running a business is a lot. And if you started to open that fire hose and your hose is just this small, but the water is trying to come through too much, that's where the whole stress comes in. So if you are able to set that expectation for yourself and for your clients or for your bosses, what have you, everybody is in the same page that this is what you're willing to do, this is what you're willing to expect, but it's always best to over deliver.
Yes. I love that. That's
Yeah.
super important too.
So that's it. Take care of yourself and again, manage the expectation, knowing really what you want to do, how much work you are willing to do, be able to communicate that to the other side. And I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna be butthurt, if you did do something today.
That's great. I love that. So, going a little bit more into rum, what rum are you drinking lately?
Oh my goodness, I'm thirsty because of the whole move. All of our rum bottles are actually up in a storage up until we're actually moved in. Yeah, we don't know what's in here.
Yeah, probably rum.
Yeah,
Awesome.
but
So,
it's so.
going back to Barbados, what were your favorite top three things about our trip?
Oh my goodness, smelling molasses. I'm sorry, it's weird, but it's just taking me home. It just took me. I don't know if I told you or who I was walking with when we went to Mount Gay. Literally, the smell of molasses, that was 99.9% the smell of my hometown thing. So when I smelled it and haven't been home for years when we went there,
Yeah,
I'm like, man, this is like childhood memories, goosebumps, and it just took me home. That's top
that's
one.
amazing.
That's top one. Top is actually being able to see the fermentation of the open air in real life, because I've only seen them in pictures. I mean, I've seen a little version in Vegas at the Lost Spirits Distillery when I did it last year, actually, thanks to Matt. Thanks to Matt
Okay.
Peter. Yeah, thanks. And I went there, and with his advice, lo and behold, oh man, I did that tour myself, like alone, not with my husband. And I saw just this big of an actual open air fermentation. So when we went up there and saw the whole thing, like they're
They're
vats.
massive and they have like four. They're like
Yeah,
massive and four of them.
huge. Yeah, you can do a whole, soak bath, whatever, for 5 people in one. Like that's I'm like, because that's not the distillery that I grew up in. I grew up in a column distillery with
Tell them
controlled
still?
fermentation. Yeah, and controlled fermentation.
Oh, okay.
It's a different environment. So that one to me is like, ooh, this is the real deal. Yeah. And third one is, I don't know if this is just me, but I love that all hang out and we all hung out in that rum shop. Well, we were, that little corner local spot,
Yes.
mixing our own drinks, enjoying that and sharing the stories. Because at the end of the day, people drink with the stories. People want to drink them. That's that's a top three for me for Barbados.
So, just for people that don't know what rum shops are, apparently it's something pretty big in the Caribbean. They're basically stores, kind of like stores slash restaurants where you go and buy like a little handle of rum, and then
Mm,
you buy the mixers and you serve yourself and you make cocktails. So you sit at a table with your friends, you mix your own cocktails, you drink your rum, you catch up. The food there was really good. Remember the wings?
yes, I'm telling you, those chickens, those chickens. I remember doing a Instagram poll. Which one's best, Chefette or KFC? But Rum Shop is the best. So
Wait, did Chafette win
I think it was. I
or
don't think.
KFC?
I think it was KFC just because of the spicy variant or something. Some
Oh,
of
okay, okay. So Chafette is a local
fried
chicken
chicken.
restaurant in Barbados, right?
Yeah, I think it's a not fried. It's like boiled or something. It's a chicken place.
Okay, like KFC, but Barbadian, Bajan, a Bajan KFC version.
So yeah, good
And your
time.
last one?
That's the. I think the first one was the smelling of molasses.
Yeah.
Second one was the fermentation vats, and my
Oh,
third
and
one
your
was the
third
rum.
was the rum shops.
Yeah, yeah, that's my third.
That's great. Welcome, Stephanie. Thank you so much. She says she could use a liquor alternative as well. She's one of my friends and she doesn't drink. So
Oh,
we might have to get you a bottle of ritual stuff.
and you know what? Speak if she's into the liquor alternatives, there's actually a shop down here in St. Pete. I'll have to give you the name of the company, and they actually have an actual front storefront just for all these liquor alternatives. They have
Oh,
no,
that's interesting.
that's all they do.
That's
So
all they do, liquor alternatives.
correct,
A
and I'm pretty sure
liquor store.
yes, not liquor store. Yes, exactly. I'm pretty sure they have online stuff, and it's in St. Pete.
Well, Resurrection Inc., if you want to get certified with Isabel, you'll have to head up to Tampa. I know you go to Lantana, so that's not too far off if you want to get your certification.
But watch out, though. Watch out. We're trying to cook something that we can actually reach more people, and hopefully Nia can do it soon enough.
Yes, hopefully. We'll see.
So what's in there? Like what's in there?
Oh, so tonight I'm drinking a dark and stormy. I
Ooh.
have Pusser's rum gunpowder proof rum. Excellent. And I'm lately obsessed with this ginger, which is an Australian ginger beer. I don't know if you've heard of this one. It's called Bundaberg.
Okay. So this can be
It
your
is
ginger ale alternative.
it's ginger beer. But ginger beer, I know it makes no sense. It has no alcohol in it.
Hmm. Hmm.
But for dark and stormies, it's my favorite lately. So that's what I'm drinking tonight. What is everybody else drinking? Let's see it in the chat. Hi, Paul from Drums and Rums. He's saying hello to you, Isabel, as well.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah, if you do not know about Paul, he has a podcast and then also a YouTube channel where he talks about drums and rums. He also goes to a lot of the events with us. He's part of the Rum Posse, so make sure you subscribe to his channel. He has distillers, rum distillers. He has drummers of all kinds. I actually took over his podcast this month, so thank you so much, Paul, for letting me take it over for Women's History Month. So that was
Thanks.
a lot of fun. And then I know we're in a pretty heavy male dominated field and industry. How do you typically, I'd say, manage these kind of arenas as a female?
You know, I look at it even on a I'm taking it further personally because apart from us, being women in the industry and knowing, I know there's a lot more other women in industry who are a lot older than us and if they've been there for forever. But
Yeah,
it's just that the culture and the society is just not there. The limelight is just not in there more often. Before, that's how I'm personally actually even taking it further down to I'm pretty young, and all you what I'm getting at. It's not just us being women, but there's more to it down the road. And then
yeah,
I will look at it that way. And the way I'm managing it is keep learning every day. I'm looking at mentors like, Greg, like Matt, people who I know are already in the learn from them, and I'm glad that they're there to teach us
yeah.
because it's the only way for me to move forward. I can't be I'm not able to explore, I'm not able to expand, I can't teach you what I don't know. So I have to keep learning every day, and that's just my thing. Like every day I have to know something new, something, and try to push my limits to the limits.
Right.
That's it. Pushing limits to the
So,
limit.
so I know you're big into obviously pushing through the limits, but I know you're also big into integrity. How do you stick to being such a great fighter throughout any obstacles, but staying with integrity?
you know, to me, it's simple. If you're true from day one, it's not hard for you to stay true all the way till the end. because people can see it, people can sense it. I mean, today you may not, let's say you may not like what I said today. I'll give you, even if it takes me 5 years for, you'll, I know for sure you'll be proven wrong. Because at the end of the day, if that I'm green day one, you'll still see me green when you see me next 5 years down the road. You just can't beat it. If this is me, this is what you get every day. It's hard. And if you know how they say fake it till you make it,
Yeah,
you can only fake it so much. And
right.
you know how exhausting it is to try to be someone else.
It
What?
is. And you eventually end up cracking, so there's no point in
Correct.
it.
Correct. So I mean, I'm just saying, this is me. Take it or leave it. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it.
That's
That's why
simple.
we get along so well. So, what has been Chuchi's best life advice? If you
My mom.
just tuned in, by the way, Chuchi is her mom. She used to be a chemist at a rum producer, a pretty big rum producer in the Philippines.
Yep.
So, what was her best advice?
Oh my goodness. Your question was her advice. If you do everything with integrity, nothing can beat that. Even if someone tries to cross you or something, truth will always come. And in that journey, though, that journey of the truth, trying to know who your real friends are down the road during that, while that's happening, that was her advice from the beginning. For everything that I do it with integrity. You have to stay honest with everything, business or not. Oh man, that question was that was her advice.
That's awesome. I love that. My grandpa used to always tell us that too. No matter what you do,
Mm-hmm.
just know in yourself that you can go to bed with all your actions from the day. You can go to bed and sleep
Yep.
calmly with nothing in your brain and always be nice to people.
Yes. Yes. That's
I love that.
simple. Very simple. It may be hard, but it's simple.
Yeah, for some people, hard. For some of us, pretty easy.
Yeah.
Okay, Isabel, we're going to keep it short and sweet. I really appreciate your time today. I know you have a lot on your plate and a lot of very cool stuff. Thank you so much. Let's close out an amazing Women's History Month with an incredible world rum breaker like Isabel. Make sure you follow her on all social media. Remember, she's the CEO of Seven Skies. She's the founder of Tampa Bay Rum Society. So she has a lot of stuff going on that's very, very exciting. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, and thank you for having me. Don't forget, you're also part of this whole breaking the bias thing.
Oh,
Just
thank you.
putting
Trying.
it out there. Just putting it out there. Well, thanks for
Thank
having
you. I
me.
appreciate it. And I always appreciate your support. I know you always repost my stuff and are incredible supportive with the stuff that I have going on. So it means the world coming from you.
Thank you. And I'm just here, a text away.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our lives. We do have Rum News on April 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you tune in. We'll have all the latest and greatest updates of the rum world. I'm also going to be releasing very, very shortly the Mount Gay Distillery Tour that Isabel and I
Ooh.
so incredibly spent time together and enjoyed those incredible large open air fermenters. They're huge pot stills, which were so gorgeous. So if you see her in the video, go say hi to Isabel because she's probably in some videos as well.
With my backpack.
Well,
Oh,
thank you so much. Happy Friday, everybody. And I look forward to the next rum. Cheers.
cheers. Thank you.